Hey guys, what's up? I'm Denzel Bless, your certified life and relationship coach. I'm making this video because of some few things that I have seen and I thought of like I should address them in my own capacity. If you've been following me for a while now, I talk a lot about relationships and marriages, but all of a sudden I saw a post from someone that I don't want to mention her name, and she talks about a whole lot of stuffs. Like, what she did is she tried to compare relationships in the past and the relationship of today, and she failed to take certain things into consideration. That is where I said, let me try to outline some of those few things so people can understand where we are and the moment, like what is happening. She blamed the men for failed marriages nowadays, and also she blamed the women. And it's not just her alone. I went through the comment section. I saw a lot of comments how people are talking down on men, talking down on women, and I'm like, wow, are they aware of the time that we are they aware of this particular moment and what is really happening? Okay, so I'm not here to blame her or to blame those who comment on the video, but just to throw in my own side of like my own perspective so you can see which one you can choose. Though her part is not here, but like just try to pick out the good from what I have to say. A lot of people might not agree with me, but if you do, I want you to take that seriously. It's going to help you to shape your relationship or your marriage. In the past, our parents, especially in the 50s and in the 60s, men were solely providers and women were typically, I would say, housewife. That is a bunch, like almost 90+% of women in the 60s or in the 50s were housewife. And for those who don't know, if you are a housewife, let me put it this way, like housewives do not go to work for money. They stay at home and they take care of like the house chores and all that. Okay, they do not go out and make money. It is the man's responsibility, it is the man's job to go out and bring money for the family. The woman was just like sitting at home taking care of the other things at home. Okay, so I want people to get these facts straight. Like presently, things have really shifted. The industrial revolutions, things have really come in place where the women, like, they have acquired education, they have acquired new skills. They have done a lot for themselves, and with all these developments, it can like I kind of feel like these things have shifted marriage in one way or the other. Not really in a bad way, I would say, but it is us, the people of today, to acknowledge where we are standing and also to acknowledge the kind of marriage. When I talk about the kind of marriage, what I mean by that is we have traditional marriage and we have modern day marriage. Traditional marriage, people who are in that kind of marriage is like the man goes to work and bring money home while the woman take care of the housework and all that. This woman do not have to go and work money. She's not supposed to go out there and labor and all that. Why? People who are in modern marriages, both like the man and the woman, they go out and do their job and they come back home, share responsibilities, keep the house in order and manage themselves in the best of their capacities. Okay, so what I want you now, if you're listening to me, is for you to understand this video is just to raise your consciousness. Like, where are you? Okay, where are you? Which type of marriage are you into? Are you in the traditional or are you in the modern day marriage? Okay, because when we start to evaluate these things and know our stand, like we are going to avoid a lot of relationship crises. But if we do not know where we stand or what we are practicing, like chaos will be coming from left and right. So I want you to ask yourself, what type of marriage are you into? Okay, this is not saying the like the marriages that our parents practiced in the past it's bad, but that was what was existing back then. And now things have changed. There has been a lot of like development. So when you are trying to compare marriages of today with the one of the past, you're making a very huge mistakes. There are certain things I think like personally, I think you have to take these things into consideration, okay? And if you failed to take these things into consideration, you're setting those people that you are like lecturing for a failure or for a future crisis. So ask yourself, like, what kind of marriage are you into? Okay, if you are practicing, like, let's say you are practicing the traditional marriage, okay, if you are in that situation, be rest assured that before you come back home, your wife must have prepared food for you. She must have taken care of the house. She must have done a couple of things. Okay. And for those who are practicing the modern day marriage, be aware that some days you will come back home, the food is still in the process. Your wife is not done with the cooking because she went to work. Okay, be aware that some days she will not have that energy to cook. That means people will need to maybe order food from a restaurant or go out for dinner, or some days you people will need to meet out for lunch and all that. So these are some of the things that I want you to take into consideration when you are comparing marriages of today and in the one of the past. You're making a huge mistake because these are like, we are not in the same moment. Things have changed. You do not expect that the man, or like, let me say, the man will go to work, labor himself, do everything that he can do, then come back home, still do everything. Okay, or the woman will go to work as much as she can, labor herself, break herself down to almost nothing, then come back home, cook, take care of the house, and do all that. No, this is where I feel like for all, we are modern day people, right? Especially for most people who are not making huge sums of money that they can like take care of everything. There has to be some kind of shared responsibilities. Like, I'm one of those people that I do not really believe in this gender role thing. I believe in shared responsibility. There is no gender roles, but we have certain things that God has blessed us with, like we are gifted in doing certain things. And if you are gifted, let's say you're gifted in cooking or accounting or whatever it is, just do that and let your partner understand that this is where my spouse is gifted. And when she operates in this capacity, she is very efficient. You understand? So I want us to stop comparing, especially when we do not use the same standards. Like, we are in total different moment. And if we keep repeating the same mistakes without understanding where we are making a very huge mistake. So if you are trying to like judge your marriage or try to evaluate your relationship wherever you are right now, think of, like, ask yourself, what kind of relationship are you practicing? What kind of marriage are you into? Is it the modern one? Because the modern one, the shared responsibility. Okay, it is not just the man's place, especially if you are in a modern marriage, then your man is not making hundreds of thousands of, or let me say thousands of dollars to take care of every responsibility. No, he's going to call you in times of crisis. It's the same thing for the women. Okay, if she's practicing like you, the man, be aware that your wife is going to call you for assistance, maybe to help her in the kitchen, probably she's in the kitchen while you are like doing the laundry, or she's doing the laundry while you're doing other things. I feel like if we understand that marriage is a teamwork, we'll go a long way. Okay, so I just said, let me try to give my thoughts about this. We should stop comparing marriages in the past, like our parents in the past, they succeeded because of this and we are failing because of this. No, times have changed. We are no more in the past. So if we can comprehend that and try to implement these in our relationship, I feel like we'll have a very successful relationship, and before we know it, we'll be somewhere like the divorce rate and all that will drop down drastically. But without a better understanding, we are bound to make the same mistakes that like people have made of the past year. So hey, I'm Denzel Bless, your certified life and relationship coach. I say let me share that with you. Take care of yourself and listen to what I've said, and just try to evaluate that and see how you can fit in yourself. Okay, I wish you a beautiful day. Bye.